Please note, views and opinions expressed in the course of this program do not represent that of OTV. Therefore, this channel is not liable to any legal action that may result from this program.
Ẹ kú dédé àsìkò yìí ẹ̀yin káàbọ̀ sórí ètò ọmọ Oòduà tó dé sójú ìwòran yọ láti iléeṣẹ́ ìkànnì ọ̀hún TV níbi tá a ti ń dábẹ́ tá a ti ń lọ ìwé bó jẹ́ pé ọba náà ló kó fúré wà pápákọ̀ tiwa o ẹ kú gbogbo ọjọ́ ti rí báwọn lọ́dọ̀ yín lọ́hùn ajé ti gbogbo ajẹ sọ́jà yìí ta wàràwàrà tó tó dáńbé lọ́dọ̀ ọmọ ẹ̀ta ní kọ́kọ́ ta òkú gbogbo ọmọ ẹranko tó tàpátá àdúrà mi lé ajé àfilẹ̀ gbogbo wa sílé ìlú nísọ̀nísọ̀ gbogbo àkọ́dé tó wáṣọ gbé àwọn àkókò ní balaye fọwọ́ táyé gẹ́gẹ́ tó ètò ọ̀hún náà ló tún balẹ̀ fẹ́ràn ara òkú sórí ìròyìn wá wù mí ẹ bá wá pèrè fìdí àbẹ́ máa fìdí ta pèrè múlẹ̀ kákọ́ lágbàmì ètò tòní ká máa bá kíní ọ̀bọ̀ bàjẹ́ máa ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe tiwa tẹ́tí mọ̀ wá mọ̀ lánàá kó tó dé àdìgbò lódodo ràwọ̀ yín náà rèé lórí ètò tòní bó bá ti wáyé gbogbo máa yan rẹ̀ ní bó bá ti yá yẹn tẹ̀lé mi ẹja lọ lórí ètò tòní kájọ ọmọ bí kíní ọ̀hún kájọ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ máa bá mi láìkì o ẹ dẹ̀ máa share kẹ́ ẹ máa bá mi subscribe ẹ jẹ́ kí wọ́n gbọ́ wa láké kí wọ́n gbọ́ wa lóko káwọn tó wà lọ́pọ̀ àga náà má bọ́ kí wọ́n bomi ọgbọ́n mu mbẹ̀ torí pé ètò ọgbọ́n rèé níbẹ̀ náà láti jọ ń fura wa lómi ọgbọ́n ó ti yá
We waited for the day and it came, met us alive, gone past now on the 7th of November, where the coroner inquest for Mohbad's wife and co took place yesterday. Like we would normally remind ourselves, this is still an investigation. So the witnesses, all the prime suspects will be understand in the court, magistrate's court in Kogi, and they will be cross-examined. You understand? They will be cross-examined and asked loads of questions. We were told that Wunmis was on the stand yesterday in the court where she stood for over 5 hours. In fact, she was bombarded with a lot of questioning. It's not simply the questions that you would think, oh, she was asked out-of-point questions by, the lawyer, and also many things came up. In all the things that Wunmis had to say, as the public, we questioned a lot of things. Now, Wunmis said in the courtroom that, so in the courtroom she mentioned, one, Mohbad had an issue with Prime. In fact, that the issue was actually not between Mohbad and Prime Boy, but was between Prime and Adura. Okay? Now, for some reason, she said Mohbad and Prime Boy said Mohbad was rude to him. Sorry, that Adura was rude to him. And then, for some reason, it got to be the fight between Mohbad and Prime. That's what Wunmis said. Okay, then they ensued in a fight. She ran out to call from the car to call people to come and help her. And afterwards, she said Mohbad tried to hit Prime or fought with Prime. But the police told us a different thing. The police told us that Mohbad, in punching Prime, missed the punch and hit his hand, crashed his hand into the car glass. You understand? So, who is lying? And then Mohbad sustained injuries that started bleeding. But Wunmis said in the courtroom that it was a minor court. You understand? It wasn't anything to compare to what the police told. Okay, with all this said and done, like, okay, that's the thing. Then she said they got home. She never mentioned it was bleeding in the courtroom. There were many questions, so these questions were asked up to 5 hours. So But I'm just like, we are interested in the cause of death. There are other things I would, you know, mention in passing by as I'm talking. Like, okay, then she got home with her husband, and they got to the party at 7. Then she got home later in the night with her husband. On getting home, she massaged the hand with balm, and that was it. He was fine, and they went to bed, she claimed, and the next morning he woke up happy. You understand? He only had slight pains, not to, you know, nothing to worry about. But the police said he was having excruciating pains. Lifestyle told us, Lifestyle, who is the dancer to Mohbad, told us that when he was leaving Mohbad's house early that morning, he saw Mohbad, and also he said Mohbad had bruise, but because he was drunk a night before, he wasn't too aware of what happened at the Korodu concert. So he saw Bismi treating the hand and told Mohbad to make sure they go to. So Lifestyle, who is the dancer that left Mohbad on the early hours of Monday, early in the morning, like, and Mohbad still cracked jokes with him and stuff like that. So where is the story of the blood now? If there's no blood, like the gushing of blood that Mohbad's auntie and Mohbad's dad said they saw in the house, then where did the blood take place? Because Wunmis said after Prime Boy and after they got home, she only balmed, you know, massaged it, and he woke up not just with slight pain. So where's the excruciating pains from, you know? Then what is the need for a nurse? And what is the need for the rejection of going to the hospital? Yeah, if, okay, he rejected going to the hospital, could it be because he only had a minor cut, as Wunmis said? Yeah, then when did it turn to excruciating pain that they had to call Mohbad's nurse, and then the nurse wasn't around? Then they furthermore called a nurse, which Spending, who is Mohbad's PA, suggested, and they got the nurse, but the nurse was far away in Cotonou, and that is Ogedengbe now, and she had Feisha Ogedengbe, she had to come all the way from Cotonou. So now she got to Lagos, Nigeria, from Cotonou, and she didn't bother to come that day. She was too tired. She went to bed. Then the next day they still called her, but Wunmis said there was not, you know, he was fine. He only had slight pain. Why was the need for them to give a scar? Because it was a scar, she said. You know, why was the need for anti-tetanus injection? Anti-tetanus injection, they don't give it except, you know, I'm lost here. Now, Wunmis furthermore said the nurse came. Then she already told who called the nurse, who was Spending, that why didn't you even send the picture of the cut to, because the nurse didn't have it. Now remember, we were given the wound. It was a swollen arm with some kind of cuts here, you know. We had it, GLB shared it at one point, yeah. And it was really swollen, and we saw the hand, it was shaking, like the person was actually in excruciating pains. So when did this swell come up that Wunmis wasn't aware? Anyway, Wunmis then said the nurse administered injection intravenously, but she was not there at one point. She was in the kitchen cooking whilst the nurse was taking care of her husband. Then suddenly she heard, okay, so she heard the husband calling out to his younger brother, who is Adura, to bring water. He was feeling, you know, I think agitated now after the intravenous injection, and the nurse told, you know, she said, you know, it was kind of confusing. Then she said he pee on his body, he vomited, but at one point she said he went to the toilet to do that, but you know, anyway, she ran out for help, blah blah blah, many things. The story became very confusing from there. She had many things loaded to say. At one point she said he was declared in the hospital with with one person as you know, dead, but at the point she said she was on the Okada, she followed, and at one point, you know, the story is all over the place. But the question is, why did they need to call a nurse when it was a scar? Why did they need to call a nurse when it wasn't bleeding? Because they asked the question of the blood aspect. She said, oh, no. Baba Mohbad saw only very little blood. It wasn't anything to take note of. I mean, even Adura was sleeping on that part for days, you know, so it wasn't like anything notable. But Baba Mohbad said he saw soaked blood clothes. Yeah, Mohbad's younger sister said she saw blood here and there, but because at that time she was just, you know, newly breathing, at least her husband just died, they did. Okay, my question is, and I'm still like asking, why did they call a nurse if he only had a scar and no excruciating pain? If Wunmi claims it was cool, it was fine, you understand, just slight pains and like that's it, maybe slightly and everything. Oh, okay, the way she sounded, okay, but Prime said he never had a fight with Mohbad. Prime said he never, and Prime said the fight or the argument was between Mohbad and the wife. He didn't have any, he didn't know what was happening. You understand? His own concern was, Mohbad, don't come down from the car to go and confront these area boys, because he saw that Mohbad was high. In fact, they asked questions from Wunmi that, you know, regarding the voice note, and she said Mohbad has loss of memory. He talks like that even the father is aware. But so far so good. The father have not mentioned to us that Mohbad has mental problem. That should be put into consideration, because if Mohbad has mental problem, that means that when Mohbad also was saying that the NDLEA gave him some water or something like that, that means his loss of memory. When he came out saying, if anything happens to me and dies, that means in Naira Marley, we should hold on to Naira Marley. That means his loss of memory. Because these questions need to be asked. You understand? So in all these things that we are asking, if we say selectively, we want to selectively take on, okay, if the voice note is loss of memory, then that means that other things that Mohbad had talked about regarding us holding on to Naira Marley, if he dies, then can we say that it's because Mohbad has mental problem? Because we may have said to us that that part is all those things that Mohbad said, the clothes I don't want you to put on me, you are putting it on me. She said all those things is all loss of memory, you know, mentally, you know, he has mental issues, you understand? So can we then attribute all that to also the NDLEA and all the ones he said about Naira Marley? We need to be very careful here. We need to be very careful here. Also, they said, you know, she said some things about Adura still communicating with someone that is very close to the Malians, you know. So the judge asked that they bring in Adura, but those that were there said Adura, the mother went out with Adura crying. They didn't know what she said to Adura, only for Adura to come in and was not able to witness in the court of law. He said he had been in the court for so long, he's very hungry and he's not up to it and up to the task. So the case being adjourned. So Mohbad's brother was, I mean, the judge asked that, aren't you going to do it? I mean, just to find out the cause of the death of your older brother, but he refused. He said he wasn't up to the task. We don't know why that is so. I would have expected he would have gladly spoken with no hindrance and, you know, tell us what happened when they got home from Ikorodu. And from Ikorodu too, I would have thought he would have looked for, because out of everybody that came to the courtroom, for me, I saw him very hale and hearty. He looks like he is capable, but you know, they said he couldn't talk. He was hungry. Then Wunmi also said some things against Mohbad's dad. That the reason why Mohbad's dad doesn't like her is because, oh, during Mohbad's lifetime, Mohbad's father used to come with girlfriend, you know, to the house, and because she reported it to her husband, that's the reason why Mohbad's dad doesn't like her, and that she has good rapport with the stepmother of Mohbad, but the girlfriend, yeah, and that he comes with numerous girlfriends to the house. And also she mentioned stuff like he wanted Liam's placenta after birth, and because Mohbad's father wanted Liam's placenta. I think the father, you know, and she also said it was the father. They were 5 and 6. They were very close, because when she was in search, she couldn't conceive. It was the father that took her everywhere, and they also prayed and fasted together, and they were able to find a solution to the birth. You know, that was when she conceived to the birth of Liam. So that's the reason why the hatred is coming, is for the fact that, one, he was not giving the placenta, Liam's placenta. 2, he used to come to their house with girlfriends, and he reported to the son. So anyway, Mohbad is not here to defend that, you understand, and I don't know how relevant that is to the case on ground. All we are saying is that there are so many things that is not adding up to what Mohbad's wife had to tell us. So I think on the 15th of November, hopefully there will be more she will add, and there will be more she will be able to retract and be able to put us on track. Many things missing. The puzzle is...
wákàtí mẹ́ta tí ìyàwó Mohbad Wunmi Alọ́ba fi ṣàlàyé ohun tó mọ̀ nípa ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó fa ikú ọkọ rẹ̀, Ìlérí Olúwa Alọ́ba, táwọn ènìyàn mọ̀ sí Mohbad, ìyẹn níbi tí wọ́n ti ń gbọ́ ẹjọ́ ìwádìí ikú olóògbé náà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó lọ́jọ́ Ìṣẹ́gun ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí. Ọkọ mi àti ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ jà ní Ìkòròdú lóòótọ́, ó fi ara pa, ara rẹ̀ kò balẹ̀ mọ́ lẹ́yìn tí nọ́ọ̀sì fún ní abẹ́rẹ́. Ikú ni mo gbọ́ lẹ́yìn yẹn. Wunmi ṣàlàyé pé ìjà kan wáyé láàrin ọkọ òun àti ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ Prime Boy lẹ́yìn tí Mohbad parí eré ní Ìkòròdú lálẹ́ ọjọ́ 10 oṣù kẹsàn-án, táwọn fẹ́ máa lọ sí ilé, ṣùgbọ́n àwọn olólùfẹ́ rẹ̀ kò jẹ́ kí àwọn rí ọ̀nà gbà. Ó ní àbúrò Mohbad, Àdúrà Ọlọ́ba, tó fẹ́ lọ pé àwọn tí yóò lé àwọn èrò náà kúrò lọ́nà kí wọ́n ba lè rí ọ̀nà lọ. Ó pẹ́ dé, èyí sì dohun tí Prime Boy bínú sí àbúrò Mohbad, tíyẹn náà sì dáhùn padà fún un. Ọ̀rọ̀ náà ló dìjà láàrin Mohbad àti Prime Boy, tí olóògbé fi ṣílẹ̀kùn mọ́tò rẹ̀ sílẹ̀ tí ó ní kí Prime Boy sọ̀kalẹ̀. Wunmi sọ pé òun kò mọ ohun tó padà ṣẹlẹ̀ mọ́, nítorí òun kúrò ńbẹ̀ láti pe àwọn èèyàn pé kí wọ́n wá dá sí i. Nígbà tóun dé lòun rí pé Mohbad ti fi ọwọ́ ṣèṣe. Ó fi kún pé Mohbad kò lọ sọ́sibítù bóun ṣe gbà á ní ìmọ̀ràn lọ́jọ́ kejì tó fi ọwọ́ ṣèṣe níbi ìjà náà. Òun bá fi nǹkan pa ọwọ́ òun. Ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ Spending tó ń gbé pẹ̀lú àwọn ló sì bá pe nọ́ọ̀sì èyí tó fún ní abẹ́rẹ́ náà, nítorí nọ́ọ̀sì tó máa ń tọ́jú Mohbad kò sí nítòsí. Ilé-ẹjọ́ májísírèètì tó fìkàlẹ̀ sí Yaba nípínlẹ̀ Èkó ti pàṣẹ pé kí nọ́ọ̀sì tó gún gbajúmọ̀ olórin Sufe Takani, olóògbé Ìlérí Olúwa Alọ́ba tí gbogbo ènìyàn mọ̀ sí Mohbad lábẹ́rẹ́, ìyẹn Fisáyọ̀ Ògèdèǹgbé àti ọ̀rẹ́ Mohbad Ayọ̀bámi Sadiq padà sí àhámọ́. Kóòtù kò fààyè béèlì sílẹ̀ fún wọn. Ọjọ́ Ajé ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí tí ń ṣe Monday ní adájọ́ Adéọlá Ọlátúbọ̀sún pàṣẹ pé kí nọ́ọ̀sì Fisáyọ̀, ẹni ọdún 37, padà sí àtìmọ́lé tí wọ́n ti gbé wá sí kóòtù láti wá jẹ́wọ́. Bákan náà ní kí Ayọ̀bámi, tóun náà jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ olóògbé àti afurasí lórí ikú Mohbad yìí, kí òun náà wà ní àhámọ́. Tí ẹ ò bá gbàgbé, ọjọ́ Monday yìí náà ni Azeez Fashola táwọn èèyàn mọ̀ sí Naira Marley àti Samson Balógun Ẹlẹ́tù tí àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ sí Sam Larry rí àǹfààní béèlì pẹ̀lú mílíọ̀nù lọ́nà 20 náírà, èyí tí ilé-ẹjọ́ sọ pé àwọn yóò fààyè onídùúró sílẹ̀ fún wọn bí wọ́n bá ti yanjú ètò béèlì ọ̀hún. Ṣùgbọ́n ní ti nọ́ọ̀sì tí wọ́n ní abẹ́rẹ́ rẹ̀ ló fa ikú Mohbad yìí pẹ̀lú ọ̀rẹ́ ọmọkùnrin náà Ayọ̀bámi, adájọ́ kò fi àyè onídùúró sílẹ̀ rárá. Ìwádìí sì ń tẹ̀síwájú lórí ẹjọ́ náà báwọn ọlọ́pàá ṣe wí. Ọjọ́ 29 oṣù kọkànlá yìí ni ìgbẹ́jọ́ míì yóò tún wáyé, gẹ́gẹ́ bí adájọ́ Ọlátúbọ̀sún ṣe sún síwájú fún àmọ̀ràn láti ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn DPP tó ń gba kóòtù ní ìmọ̀ràn.
People on video. Please mute if you're not saying anything. Please mute. Please mute. Please mute. All right. Now, let's move on. Even if we are 10, let the 10 be here to hear what is real. Now, Wunmi was invited, as usual. Wunmi did not say anything different. All that we've been saying are the same thing that Wunmi came to talk about. All that has been said. The only thing is that Wunmi said that she and Mohbad are 5 and 6. That she can swear with anything. She will swear. She swear that she knows that Baba Mohbad like her. And she's still saying in court that she knows that my father-in-law, despite the fact that they are still fighting, and she's still beating her chest to say she never considered anything that that man is saying as something that is coming from him or something that is natural. Wunmi said that even when Baba Mohbad came to court last time to allege her of so many things, to talk about so many things, that she was surprised. And even upon everything that Baba Mohbad was saying around, that she still believed that the man still loves her so much. She now said the reason why the man is doing all because of the man's girlfriend claiming to be stepmother. She said that stepmother is not a stepmother, that it is Baba Mohbad's girlfriend. She then said that the reason why she has issue with Baba Mohbad is because when she gave birth to Liam, Baba Mohbad requested for placenta to bury. That because the placenta was not given to Baba, that is where she has issue with Baba. And the reason why she did not release the placenta is not because she owed the placenta to herself. Someone is still saying network. Is the network still bad?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay. Now, okay, fine. The network is okay. Let me go on. She said that the reason why this issue of, fight happened between Baba Mohbad and herself is because of placenta after she gave birth to Liam. That before she gave birth to Liam, Mohbad's father has been a real G. They have, she's been covering Baba Mohbad's back. Baba Mohbad has her back. That if not for Baba Mohbad, she wouldn't have given birth to Liam. That she has issue of birth, and it is Baba Mohbad that gave a kind of, solution to the birth issue. She said Baba Mohbad said they should have fasting and prayer for 7 days, added with some other, spiritual concoction, blood of Jesus water, Holy Ghost water, and the rest. That it was during that time that Baba Mohbad was saying that she gave birth to, she conceived and she gave birth. That for that reason she loves that man. She now said Baba Mohbad will carry girlfriend, woman friend to the house in Lekki. That there is a place where Baba and the woman friend used to come. She now said that when she did not release the placenta for Baba Mohbad, Baba thought it was because she doesn't want to release it. But Mohbad himself said that it is because of the fact that the man has different women. Mohbad now told Wunmi that he's not going to release the placenta for his father to bury because of so many hands that that the father is not going to bury.
Wunmi baby and her sister coming out from the court. Make una hear wetin Wunmi lawyer talk. Let's go there.
Let him talk. Let him talk. Do what he wants. Okay.
Tí òun ò fi sọ̀rọ̀ látijọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn tí wọ́n dìlò òun tí wọ́n dẹ̀ embarrass òun tó ń búlé òun pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wà nínú kóòtù yìí tó ń ṣe TikTok pé tóun ò fi sọ̀rọ̀ ó ní gbogbo nǹkan tí bàbá ń sọ tó fi embarrass òun tó fi yẹ̀yẹ́ òun tóun ò fi lè sun ilé mọ́ débi pé òun lọ ń sun bòmíì ni pé reason tóun ò fi sọ̀rọ̀ ni pé torí ọmọ òun Lian pé kí ni ká ti gbọ́ pé ọmọ òun rí òun pé òun embarrass bàbá ọkọ òun pé báwo ló yẹ fẹ́ rí pé so torí ọmọ yẹn lòun ò ṣe dá bàbá lòun ò ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ lòun ò ṣe sọ anything pé reason nìyẹn pé but àwọn èèyàn continue láti máa embarrass òun láti máa bully òun àwọn nǹkan míì tóun ò ṣe òun kàn máa wo social media òun á kọ́ rí pé wọ́n ń sọ̀rọ̀ sóhun nǹkan tóun ò mọ̀ ń pa ẹ̀ wọ́n kàn ń sọ olúkálukú kàn ń sọ tiẹ̀ pé so òun ò mọ̀ nǹkan tí òun ṣe fún bàbá to that extent tó fi le tó yẹn pé nígbà táwọn àti Mohbad tó kúrò lọ́dọ̀ Naira Marley 3 months làwọn fi ń sọ́fà pé Belash mother ló bọ́ àwọn for that 3 months òun ló fáwọn lóúnjẹ pé wọn ò béèrè báwọn ṣe ń live wọn ò béèrè báwọn ṣe ń jẹ òun nìkan lòun protect òun nìkan lòun guide Mohbad lòun ṣe gbogbo wàhálà yẹn pé pẹ̀lú gbogbo wàhálà tóun ṣe pé òun mọ nǹkan tóun tún fẹ́ ṣe o pé nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lórí aṣọ tọ́nù fẹ́ gbé sí lọ́rùn wọn ní Mohbad ó máa ń sọ nǹkan míì ó dẹ̀ máa ń sọ oríṣiríṣi pé òun gbọ́dọ̀ lòun record ní ọjọ́ yẹn pé torí kò ń believe pé òun máa ń sọ nǹkan tó ń sọ pé kóun lè pf òun dẹ̀ pf ó dẹ̀ ní I'm sorry kó máa bẹ̀bẹ̀ ní lẹ́yìn tó bá ti ṣe tán pé látijọ́ tó ti fún ní omi mu ní NDLA ní ó ti ní problem yẹn kó máa ṣe bíi pé ó ní psycho kó máa dá sọ̀rọ̀ òun nìkan dẹ̀ kọ́ ló ṣe sí pé kó béèrè lọ́wọ́ dáàdì ẹ̀ ó ṣe sáwọn náà pé gbogbo wọn ló ṣe síbẹ̀ àtàwọn tó ń bá ṣiṣẹ́ pé so gbogbo nǹkan tó wá ń sọ social media òun ò understand last one ẹ má bínú nǹkan tó wá bà gbogbo ẹ̀jẹ̀ lónìí Wunmi wá ní òun suspect pé àbúrò Mohbad ó máa ń bá gẹ̀ yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ pé òun dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé wọ́n link mọ́ bóyá bí àwọn náírà pé òun wá ń rí pé láti bí ìgbà tọ́kọ òun kú pé 1 week after òun rí pọ́mọ yẹn ó máa ń receive àwọn strange call á wá lọ wákọ̀ lọ máa rí pé kán béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé kí ni nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tó ṣe ìgbà tọ́rọ̀ ti ń débẹ̀ ọmọ ti jáde nínú court wọ́n yìí ní kán lọ wá wá nìyẹn wọ́n ṣàwádé adájọ́ wa ní wọ́n fẹ́ béèrè ọ̀rọ̀ ló wá náà òun ò wá òkè òun ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ adájọ́ wa ní kí ló mean pé do you want justice for your brother àbí what do you mean tó fi ní ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ wá sọ̀rọ̀ ni ó wá nínú òun pé òun ìjẹun látàárọ̀ ẹ mọ̀ ìyá adájọ́ dẹ̀ reason pé kí nǹkan kan máa lọ ṣe síbi tó wà yẹn pé bóyá kí wọ́n filẹ̀ kó lọ wà òkè tó bá ti wà òkè kó wá pé so kí wọ́n adjourn case yẹn sí November 15 so ó wà suspicious nǹkan tí bọ̀bọ̀
yẹn. so ó dà pé nẹ́tíwọ̀kì King ti lọ so wọ́n ṣà ní àbúrò refuse láti sọ̀rọ̀ kó sọ pé nínú òun ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ so wọ́n ṣà filẹ̀ nípòkè wọ́n wá adjourn case di 17th November 17th from next hearing so another thing tí King will add mọ́ òun ni pé wọ́n ní ọmọ yẹn tún sọ pé nígbà tóun bímọ pé bàbá placenta ọmọ òun pé bàbá fẹ́ gbà pé Mohbad wá fún wọn pé Mohbad sọ fún wọn pé òun pé kọ́ máa wọrí pé òun máa kéde placenta pé so ó dà para àwọn bc problem díẹ̀díẹ̀ tí wá nìyẹn. Another thing náà ni pé bàbá máa ń gbé obìnrin wá sí ilé wọ́n máa ń gbé oríṣiríṣi obìnrin wá sí ilé páwọn ibi tóun ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní issue pẹ̀lú bàbá díẹ̀ nìyẹn kí tiẹ̀ ni mo tún sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà ó dá point mẹ́ta ni mo make tán ní ọmọ yẹn sọ so it's just all that wọn ò sọ̀rọ̀ ń pa property because mo rí pretty tó ń béèrè pé what about the land wọn ò sọ̀rọ̀ wọn ti sọ̀rọ̀ ń pa property ikú bàbá ló ń gbọ́rọ̀ property jáde ikú tó pa Mohbad làwọn ọlọ́pàá wà interested in so ọ̀rọ̀ property yẹn I don't think there's anything on it because mi ò rò pé yẹn ti kàn àwọn ọlọ́pàá báyìí wọn kàn fẹ́ mọ nǹkan tó fa ikú ẹ̀ wọn ló sọ̀rọ̀ pátí ọ̀rọ̀ ìjà thank you ìjà tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ń pátí wọn sọ pé bí around 7 làwọn dé pátí yẹn níjọ́ tí ìjà ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n táwọn jẹ́ débẹ̀ àwọn Mohbad lọ sórí stage ó lọ perform òun wà ní mọ́tò tó lóun gbọ́mọ dání wọn ní kò pẹ́ ní Mohbad dé ló ń bínú bọ̀ ló ní káwọn máa lọlé káwọn máa wọlé pé ó rẹ òun pé òun feel very weak ní pé òun jẹ́ ti máa ń sọ fún prime boy kó má máa embarrass òun níta gbangba pé ó ṣàbínú dà páwọn àti prime boy ti jọ ní ìjà ní bóyá bó ṣe bọ́lẹ̀ lórí stage or something so prime boy also came close so àti prime boy dé ní prime boy wá jókòó sínú mọ́tò Mohbad ṣàwà ń bínú pé kó bọ́lẹ̀.
Prime boy and himself didn't have a fight from stage.
So Wunmi was the first that spoke in court, not that Baba Mohbad. So the magistrate court invited deceased wife Abiola Cynthia Omowumi to the witness stand, and she swore an oath before the cross-examination started. They started by asking her questions about the disease, which is Mohbad. They asked his name, his age, and every other thing about him since they've been together. So in her description of Mohbad, she described Mohbad as a cool-headed person who loved everyone around him. She said he asked his brother to get him water when he started to feel feverish after he was injected by the nurse. So I think with this summary is because of the way the journalists have typed it out. But I'm sure that we are trying to understand. Obviously, after Mohbad came back from the show, he was feeling feverish and all of that. I hope you are getting it. So in her description, she described him as a cool-headed person who loved everyone around him. She asked his brother to get him water when he started to feel feverish after he was injected by the nurse. He vomited and peed on himself. She said he was moved from his room. He started feeling feverish. He vomited and peed himself. She was moved from his room to the son's room, which is Liam's room, because of the AC, air condition. She said she rushed downstairs to scream for help. When she noticed he wasn't getting better and they could not use his car because the mechanic was working on it, and she got boys to carry him, she said they were still on the way to the hospital. I don't understand. If Mohbad's car is not working, so whose car? Okay, maybe the neighbor's car, they said earlier. So mechanic was not working and she got boys to carry him. She said they were still on the way to the hospital when the driver held his hand and said he was already getting cold. And they had to get a bike who took him and his photographer OG to the hospital. The hospital name is Kuramid Hospital, Orchard, and she got on a bike as well and followed them. She said they spent about 15 minutes thereafter, 15 minutes to get there before the doctor told them he had passed on. And she called his cousin, Bolu Adeyemo, aka Darosa, to take him to another hospital. So they spent 15 minutes before the doctor told them he had passed on. She called his cousin, Bolu Adeyemo, aka Darosa, to take him to another hospital for confirmation. Speaking about what happened at the show that led to him sustain an injury before his death, she said they got there around 7 p.m. and he performed around 9 p.m. After his performance, he got back and said that they had to leave because he was tired, but he could not leave because so many cars were parked behind his car. The bouncer told him to wait till other artists performed. So, other artists performed to get the opportunity to move out. After waiting for an hour, he became restless and uncomfortable. After some time, he wanted to go downstairs to speak with the bouncer, but she told him no because she knows it will not end well. Mohbad called Prime Boy and his brother to speak with the bouncer to allow him out. Prime Boy came back and was angry because Adura disrespected him, which led to an argument between Mohbad and Prime Boy. Mohbad told Prime Boy not to disrespect him whenever they are outside. This resulted in a fight between Prime Boy and Mohbad, and she rushed out to call his workers to help him and help her to resolve the fight. She said Prime Boy was seated in the car. Mohbad was standing while they were fighting, which led to Mohbad sustaining a minor injury. This event happened on Sunday, the 10th of September. She said they got home and she helped in massaging the hand with balm. After he said the nurse will come the next day to attend to him. She said when he woke up on Monday, he was fine and he took only Panadol. She said he was perfectly fine and even played with all his workers and friends. He only complained of slight pain. The nurse came on Tuesday and she told the DJ that he should have sent her a picture of the hand, and she injected him afterwards. The wife said she left to the kitchen and she gave him another injection, and she heard him ask the nurse to remove the injection that he was not feeling comfortable again. And then he went to the restroom to pee and he vomited. She called for help and the nurse said there was a drip that was meant to be given to Mohbad to stabilize him. The nurse then left with the FJ to buy it. She said they only got married traditionally. I think we know that. She said the corpse was taken back to the house at Orchard. She described the relationship between herself and her father-in-law as very cordial. She said only time they had an issue was when the father-in-law asked for the placenta when her child was born. Mohbad disagreed. That was when they started having issues. She said Mohbad's father was always bringing different girls to the house, speaking about the issues as Canadian visa. She mentioned that they didn't have any issues. She mentioned they didn't even have any money as at then because he had just recorded a label and he wanted the child to leave the country before he turns 1 because he was wary of his opponents and how he has been getting threats. She said he was against posting her and her child on the internet due to safety reasons. She said he was always thinking and refused to sleep most times, and he also refused to eat. And they asked her about Maisi. Maisi is a 24-year-old. They asked about Darusa. Darusa is Mohbad's cousin. They asked her who is Adura. Adura is his brother. Idris is the photographer. And then February 22nd, 2022, they asked Wunmi about the NDLA issue and then what happened. He said, they asked her who called the nurse. She said Spending called the nurse. And then they asked her, did the nurse administer any injection for Mohbad? She said yes. She administered 2 injections for the nurse. They asked her, the injection was administered where was the injection administered? Wunmis said it was administered on Mohbad's vein. They asked her, when did you meet Mohbad? When did they meet? The first time they meet, she said she met Mohbad when she was 14 years old. And they asked Wunmi, when did Mohbad join Malians? And Mohbad joined Malians record when in 2018. They asked her, was she there when the injection was being administered to Mohbad? She said no, that she wasn't in her presence, that she was in the kitchen. She said she was in the kitchen. So, further question about the NDLA. Did NDLA eat Mohbad with anything at all? She said yes, NDLA eat Mohbad on his head with a gun. They asked her, was she there? She said no, that she said he went to the... Okay, they asked her, was she there? She said no, but she now came out to the gates and that they refused Mohbad to go out, and she came outside by the gate to see her, to see Mohbad. And then they were told that Mohbad was hit on the head by gun. And then she said Mohbad moved out of that house. When did Mohbad leave the house, the Malian's house? And they said Mohbad left the Malian house after the incident of the NDLA. And then they asked, is anyone bullying Mohbad that she's aware of? And she said since they moved out of Naira Marley's house after the NDLA incident, that there have been constant bullying and threats started to happen after the issues from the Malian house. So that is the first half of the coroner inquest that has been submitted, and they are on break at the moment.
Ẹ̀jẹ̀ yẹn díẹ̀ tó stay ní aṣọ tó dẹ̀ pé àbúrò Mohbad ó sùn sórí aṣọ yẹn for a week pé so bóyá nǹkan tí bàbá rí nìyẹn, because kò sí, there is nothing like ẹ̀jẹ̀ púpọ̀ àbí nǹkan kan wà ńbẹ̀ pé kò sí nǹkan tó jọ. Wọ́n dẹ̀ tún béèrè lórí ti aṣọ tí wọ́n jù sí inú kinní ẹ̀ pé aṣọ yẹn kí ló lè sọ nípa ẹ̀. Ó tún sọ pé aṣọ yẹn pé normal thing, gẹ́gẹ́ bíi pé bí Yorùbá ṣe máa ń sọ pé òun fi aṣọ yẹn pé aṣọ ìfẹ́ ni, gẹ́gẹ́ bí nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lọ́yìn ṣe pé aṣọ ìfẹ́ torí ẹni tóun nífẹ̀ẹ́ ni pé so kó má gbàgbé òun, kó má gbàgbé ìfẹ́ wọn, pé meaning aṣọ nìyẹn, pé kò ń ṣe nǹkan tó mìíràn nǹkan kan. So ó wá ní òun fẹ́ sọ nǹkan kan pé nǹkan tó ti ń wà tóun fẹ́ sọ, kí ló fẹ́ sọ? Ó ní bàbá Mohbad pé girlfriend wọn tí àwọn èèyàn mislead tó ń wò pé bóyá òun ni stepmother in-law òun, pé òun kọ́ o, pé ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni o, pé girlfriend yẹn long time girlfriend bàbá Mohbad ni, pé òun àtijọ́ tóun ti ní issue pẹ̀lú wọn ni pé ó fẹ́ wá sí ilé àwọn, owó wa allow kó wá, pé ibẹ̀ yẹn lòun ti ṣe bàbá. Pé woman yẹn kẹ̀dẹ̀rẹ́ òun ò lè allow pé kó máa wá kóun dẹ̀ ní stepmother in-law òun kó má di gòbè ní àárín àwọn méjèèjì, pé lòun ò ṣe allow wọn, póun ò dẹ̀ mọ̀ nǹkan tóun ṣe, pé ìfẹ́ tó wà láàrin òun àti bàbá Mohbad pé ó strong gan débi pé ọmọ tóun bí bàbá yẹn ló mú òun rìn tóun fi rí ọmọ bí, pé suddenly lòun kọ̀ rí pé bàbá ń change sóhun, pé even lọ́jọ́ tó wálé tán wá wo ọmọ àbí tán ní Mohbad, ó wá ní láti ìgbà yẹn ni bàbá ti ń bínú sóhun tó ti ń bóun jà, pé torí girlfriend yẹn ni o, pé long time girlfriend, pé òun kọ́ ni wọ́n àwọn mother in-law táwọn èèyàn tí stepmother yín lọ táwọn èèyàn focus lé lórí pé òun kọ́ pé girlfriend yẹn yàtọ̀ sí ẹni yẹn o pé so òun ò ní issue pẹ̀lú stepmother yín lòun pé so nǹkan tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn pé òun dẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ nínú court pé kọ́ bó òun sọ fún bàbá pé reason tí òun ò fi sọ̀rọ̀ látijọ́ yìí gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn tí wọ́n ń dìlò òun tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ń embarrass òun tó ń búlé òun pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn wà nínú court yìí tó ń ṣe TikTok pé tóun ò fi sọ̀rọ̀ ó ní gbogbo nǹkan tí bàbá ń sọ tó fi embarrass òun tó fi ń yẹ̀yẹ́ òun tóun ò fi lè sun ilé mọ́ débi pé òun lọ ń sun bòmíì ni pé reason tóun ò fi sọ̀rọ̀ ni pé torí ọmọ òun Leanne pé kí ni ká ti gbọ́ pé ọmọ òun rí òun pé òun embarrass bàbá ọkọ òun pé báwo ló yẹ fẹ́ rí pé so torí ọmọ yẹn lòun ò ṣe dá bàbá lòun ò ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ lòun ò ṣe sọ anything pé reason nìyẹn pé but àwọn èèyàn continue láti máa embarrass òun láti máa bully òun àwọn nǹkan míì tóun ò ṣe òun kàn máa wo social media òun á kàn rí pé wọ́n ń sọ̀rọ̀ sóhun nǹkan tóun ò mọ̀ ń pa ẹ̀ wọ́n kàn ń sọ olúkálukú kàn ń sọ tiẹ̀ pé so òun ò mọ̀ nǹkan tí òun ṣe fún bàbá to that extent tó fi le tó yẹn pé nígbà táwọn àti Mohbad tó kúrò lọ́dọ̀ Naira Marley 3 months làwọn fi ń sọ́fà pé Belash mother ló bọ́ àwọn for that 3 months òun ló fáwọn lóúnjẹ pé wọn ò béèrè báwọn ṣe ń live wọn ò béèrè báwọn ṣe ń jẹ pé òun nìkan lòun protect òun nìkan lòun guide Mohbad lòun ṣe gbogbo wàhálà yẹn pé pẹ̀lú gbogbo wàhálà tóun ṣe pé òun ò mọ nǹkan tóun tún fẹ́ ṣe o pé nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lórí aṣọ tọ́nù fẹ́ gbé sí lọ́rùn wọn ní Mohbad ó máa ń sọ nǹkan míì ó dẹ̀ máa ń sọ oríṣiríṣi pé òun gángan lòun record ní ọjọ́ yẹn pé torí kò ń believe pé òun máa ń sọ nǹkan tó ń sọ pé tóun lè pf òun dẹ̀ pf ó dẹ̀ ní I'm sorry kó máa bẹ̀bẹ̀ ní lẹ́yìn tó bá ti ṣe tán pé látijọ́ tó ti fún ní omi mu ní NDLEA ní ó ti ní problem yẹn kó máa ṣe bíi pé ó ní psycho kó máa dá sọ̀rọ̀ kóun nìkan gbogbo nǹkan tó wá ń sọ social media òun ò understand. Last one ẹ má bínú nǹkan tó wá bà gbogbo ẹ̀jẹ̀ lónìí Wunmi wá ní òun suspect pé àbúrò Mohbad máa ń bá gẹ̀ yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ pé òun dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé wọ́n link mọ́ bóyá bí àwọn náírà pé òun wá ń rí i pé láti ibi ìgbà tọ́kọ òun kú pé 1 week after òun rí kọ́mọ yẹn ó máa ń receive àwọn strange call á wá lọ pápọ̀ lọ máa rí i pé kán béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé kí ni nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tó ṣe ìgbà tọ́rọ̀ ti ń débẹ̀ ọmọ ti jáde nínú court bọ́ọ̀ ní kán lọ wá nìyẹn wọ́n ṣàwádé adájọ́ wa ní wọ́n fẹ́ béèrè ọ̀rọ̀ ló wá náà òun ò wá òkè òun ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ adájọ́ wa ní kí ló mean pé do you want justice for your brother àbí what do you mean tó fi ní ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ wà á sọ̀rọ̀ ní wá nínú òun pé òun ìjẹun látàárọ̀ ẹ mọ̀ ìyá adájọ́ dẹ̀ reason pé kí nǹkan kan má lọ ṣe síbi tó wà yẹn pé bóyá kí wọ́n filẹ̀ kó lọ wà òkè tó bá ti wà òkè kó wá pé so kí wọ́n adjourn case yẹn sí November 15 so ó wà suspicious nǹkan tí bọ̀bọ̀
yẹn ṣe. so ó dà pé nẹ́tíwọ̀kì King ti lọ so wọ́n ṣà ní àbúrò refuse láti sọ̀rọ̀ kó sọ pé nínú òun póun ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ so wọ́n ṣà filẹ̀ nípòkè wọ́n wá adjourn case di 17th November 17th fún next hearing so another thing tí King go add mọ́ òun ni pé wọ́n ní ọmọ yẹn tún sọ pé nígbà tóun bímọ pé bàbá placenta ọmọ òun ni pé bàbá fẹ́ gbà ni pé Mohbad wá fún wọn pé Mohbad sọ fún wọn pé òun ò pé kán má wọrí pé òun máa take care placenta pé so ó dà para àwọn bc problem díẹ̀díẹ̀ tí wá nìyẹn another thing náà ni pé bàbá máa ń gbé obìnrin wá sí ilé wọ́n máa ń gbé oríṣiríṣi obìnrin wá sí ilé páwọn ibi tóun ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní issue pẹ̀lú bàbá díẹ̀díẹ̀ nìyẹn kí tiẹ̀ ni mo tún sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà ó dà point mẹ́ta ni mo make tán ní ọmọ yẹn sọ so it's just all that wọn ò sọ̀rọ̀ ń pa property because mo rí pretty tó ń béèrè pé what about the land wọn ò sọ̀rọ̀ wọn ti sọ̀rọ̀ ń pa property ikú bàbá ló ń gbọ́rọ̀ property jáde ikú tó pa Mohbad làwọn ọlọ́pàá wà interested in so ọ̀rọ̀ property yẹn I don't think there's anything on it because mi ò rò pé yẹn ti kan àwọn ọlọ́pàá báyìí wọ́n kàn fẹ́ mọ nǹkan tó fa ikú wọ́n ló sọ̀rọ̀ party ọ̀rọ̀ jà thank you ìjà tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ń party wọ́n sọ pé bí around 7 làwọn dé party yẹn níjọ́ tí ìjà ṣẹlẹ̀ so gbà táwọn jẹ́ débẹ̀ àwọn Mohbad lọ sórí stage ó lọ perform òun wà nínú mọ́tò tó ròun gbọ́mọ dání wọ́n ní kò pẹ́ ni Mohbad dé ló ń bínú bọ̀ ló ní káwọn wá máa lọlé káwọn máa wọlé pé ó rẹ òun pé òun feel very weak ní pé òun jẹ́ ti máa ń sọ fún prime boy kó má máa embarrass òun níta gbangba pé ó ṣàbínú dà páwọn àti prime boy ti jọ ní ìjà ní bóyá bó ṣe bọ́lẹ̀ lórí stage or something so prime boy also came close so gbà tí prime boy dé ó ní prime boy wá jókòó sínú mọ́tò Mohbad ṣàwà ń bínú pé kó bọ́lẹ̀ so Wunmi náà wá bọ́lẹ̀ òun lọ pé àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ Mohbad tó kù àwọn crew ẹ̀ táwọn jọ wá òun ṣà lọ pè wọ́n pé Mohbad àti prime boy tún ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ o so báwọn yẹn ṣe dé àwọn yẹn ṣà sort ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn because àwọn mọ́tò block mọ́tò wọn mọ́lẹ̀ mi ò jẹ́ kán tètè lọ so ó láwọn wá move àwọn wá lọ.
tó ẹ kú àtàárọ̀ o ẹ dẹ̀ kú bí ètò ọ̀hún bó ṣe lọ ó dẹ̀ dá lójú pé ẹ ti rí ọ̀kan àbí méjì yìí tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ gbọ́.
We represent the mother and the wife of the deceased person.
Yeah, what's the resolution of the court?
Well, today the Honorable Coroner took the testimony of the wife of Mohbad, and she was cross-examined by other counsel, other lawyers that were in court. She was asked questions and she responded duly to those questions. And thereafter, the younger brother of Mohbad was also brought for his own testimony. But because we've had a long day, we came to the conclusion that another date should be fixed for him to take his testimony, to give his evidence at the coroner. So the matter was further adjourned to November 15th, 2023. But one thing is clear, sir, that as lawyers and ministers in the Temple of Justice, we believe that justice will be served. And we want to encourage our people to put their mind at rest, because we believe in the professional competence and the impervious integrity of this honorable coroner. There is no really need for us to start making insinuations on social media. The reason why we are here, the reason why we have the coroner, is to investigate Mohbad and nothing more. And that is what we are here to do, and that is what we have been doing. We are very confident that justice will be served. We are equally very confident that in no distant time, this honorable coroner will answer the question, what caused the death of Mohbad? Why? How did it come about? Who? Or, when it happened. So the circumstances surrounding the death of Mohbad is why we are conducting this coroner. Nothing more. We are not concerned about the family affairs. The essence of the coroner is fact-finding. What killed Mohbad? When? How did it happen? What are the circumstances surrounding the death of Mohbad? And that is why, and that is what our team is doing, and other teams are doing to support the coroner in order to reach the root of the matter.
Thank you.
For my next one, because Wunmi, she talk a lot of things for inside the court that Mohbad papa una dey see when he sit down there, so, and other family members.
Mute your microphone. Please mute your microphone. Your microphone. I'm going to drop you if you're not muting your mic. Please mute your microphone.
One sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n fún ọ̀nà ìgbìmọ̀ àgbé máìkì fún ìfọ̀nà ọ̀gbọ̀n
Guys, Wunmi don't talk. Wunmi don't talk. Wunmi identify all bloggers now. Gbogbo ló dá mọ̀. Wunmi identify gbogbo wa now. He said it to in the court. He pointed to all of us. She No, I think you know what? To me, I'm beginning to see that conspiracy. The whole thing has been.
You understand? Or so you know that there's something even more. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I got it. I got everything. I'm surprised. I know. I'm thorough.
What do you say that?
Emotional because if it's so sorrow there is no how she won't be emotional. Guys, a lot happened. To a large extent, there is no much new thing. The only new thing is that Wunmi said that she and the father, that's Baba Mohbad, are so close. They were best of friends to the extent that she knows the girlfriend of Baba. Even Baba used to carry girlfriend come to Lekki, and that even Baba used to bring what is it called? Stepmother. That is not stepmother, it's actually a girlfriend. That they're so close to that extent. She even said that the only thing that broke her and the Baba is the issue of placenta. That's Mohbad placenta, the arm placenta. That's just the new thing. And for every other thing, things we've been saying and be repeating and repeating. So we were invited to come for a press conference. But the Varita are having press conference. We are here already. A lot of people are coming in already. So we know all right. This is the order to be used. So while waiting for everything to start, the entertainment industry at the Corona Inquest are the one organizing this press conference. There is going to be a live broadcast. The stage is already out. A lot of people are also going to be here. Okay. Let me just run a little commentary of what happened in court. No, I've not lost something. Have I? No, nothing. Okay, everything's in. So, the latest in court today, when we talk about placenta, that placenta was the reason why she was having issues with Baba Mohbad. She said, that her placenta was the reason why they were having issues. So, welcome. Thank you. This is another colleague in struggle.
Colleague in struggle.
tó ẹ káàbọ̀ ẹ kú àtàárọ̀ ẹ kú òtòtò ní ẹ̀rí pé tó ọ̀hún dùn ó lárin ní onígbọ́gbọ́n nú bàbá ti ṣèlérí àwa la sọ̀rọ̀ ṣẹ a kì í ṣe àsọ̀rọ̀ dànù èyí tá a bá ti sọ fún yín dandan ni pé ká mú ṣẹ tó kò ní jù báyìí lọ o kì í pọ̀ kó dùn ṣókí báyìí òun náà lọ́bẹ̀ oge àmọ́ àwa làwa ò máa wá ẹ̀yin náà làwa ò máa bá ẹ má gbàgbé ẹ máa bá ń like ètò kẹ́ ẹ máa bá ń share o bákan náà ẹ máa bá ń subscribe ká lè jọ máa pọ̀ sí nítorí pé wọ́n ní ọmọ yọyọ ní nílé aládì tó títí wá dìgbà míì táwọn jọ máa fojú níjú lórí ìkànnì Wo TV àdìgbò lódòdó ra wọn ni mò ń jẹ́ ìjípò ní mi ọmọ àdìtú ọmọ adábàá ọmọlájẹkújẹ lọ́wọ́ máa fọ̀gọ̀ sàárà kúmẹ̀jẹ̀ kúmẹ̀nìkú ìjẹun tó ń ti ní bàbá tèmi lọ́mú lẹ́gùn rí ọ̀tá ọmọ jẹ́jọ́ mò ń dágbére fún yín pé kásùn kájí láyọ̀ o ire o.
Disclaimer: the information provided by the speaker or presenter on the Wo TV platform during this broadcast is for general informational purposes only. All information in this broadcast is provided in good faith. However, we make no representation or warranty of any kind, expressed or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of the information. The broadcaster of the channel may not and cannot be held accountable for the views, opinions, and comments made by callers during this broadcast. Wo TV is a contemporary Nigerian news and entertainment TV program born from the need to fuse the popular indigenous Yoruba culture into the growing entertainment industry of Nigeria and the rest of the world.